Hello, everybody. We're here at IMN in Dana Point, California, with Anton Zajac. Anton is the founder of IntellCRE. Welcome to the show, Anton.
Thank you.
Anton, tell us about your company a little bit. What do you guys do?
So IntellCRE is a web-based AI-powered platform that helps commercial real estate agents and commercial real estate investors find, underwrite, and close deals in a few clicks, basically eliminating days or weeks of manual work that go into each commercial real estate deal.
Could you walk us through the process more detail? It sounds very simple, and I love that, there's technology out there that makes things very simple, but how does that happen? What's the process like? What's the behind the scene? Like how does it happen on behind the scenes, like what people don't see and what it's actually the process? How does it work for me if I was to be a potential client? How's that user experience?
So there is direct ways you're affected by the general inefficiency of the commercial real estate market. If you're an owner and you want to sell a property, your property, and this actually happened to us, we identified a local peak in the appreciation. So we wanted to sell that property as quickly as possible, but it took the brokerage firm 8 weeks to get back to us with a proposal for a package. And then basically, that was a time that the appreciation was already kind of taking a dump. So we lost a couple of $100,000 in that transaction. Now, the direct ways in which, this affects CRE professionals is that, broker starts working with an owner, and basically, in order for them to start processing the deal, they need the data. So they need the financials. So they basically enter in this Bermuda Triangle of emails and calls between the broker, the owner, and their PM company in attempt to just gather all the necessary data points, financial data they need in order to actually start underwriting that property, right? This process takes a week or 2 weeks, right? Once they have all this data gathered, then they actually open up their Excel spreadsheets and they start manually typing in the data and basically building the financial model behind this, describing this property. Now for that, they need to figure out what the market rents are. So what do? They actually use several subscriptions. They start searching the internet for so-called rent comparables in attempt to figure out what the market rent should be at that property, right? For the pro forma financial analysis. After that, they need to figure out what the market is doing. So what the vacancy, what are the other dynamics of the market? They do all of this market research manually. So it takes anything from several days to actually several weeks for some teams. After all of that is done, they need to find sales comps. So they, again, use a number of very expensive subscriptions to try to look for the best sales comps. And after they have all of this information, they can start generating the price for this property. So the process is, as just described, involves a lot of manual work on the side of the broker. Now, after that is done, and they want to generate a broker's opinion of value or a marketing package to be able to publish a listing, right? They want their listings to be out as soon as possible. They need to go back and forth with either their designer or a marketing team. In the cases of brokerages that actually have marketing teams, but there's a lot of brokerages out there that are simply do not have these resources. So in that case, they actually use PowerPoint and other software to build these packages. The entire process is several weeks, right? Before you go from actually sourcing a new deal to actually marketing it, or to a point where you can start looking for buyers, right? And so what our platform does is uses AI and data to completely automate that workflow. So at each stage of that workflow begins with how a broker actually gets the data and the financials for the property, all the way to actually them having a BOV package or a listing. We automate everything in between. That's an example of how the process works. And then for investors, of course, investors are screening deals every day. They're, either getting deals from their brokers or they're just searching for active deals on the market. And they need to screen a lot of deals every day. And I've been there, there's only so much you can do in a day. There's only 1 or 2 deals you can fully underwrite in a day. And by the time you're confident about your numbers and you can actually submit an offer for an investment property, what happens is that you find out that there's 3-4 offers that came before yours. So it's game over, right? And so in order to streamline this and give investors the ability to actually act on the best opportunities, matching their investment criteria as quickly as possible, ahead of competition. That's also, one of the biggest benefits that IntellCRE platform provides for its users.
Anton, who's your ideal customer?
Ideal customer for the current stage of the product would be apartment broker or apartment investor looking for properties in the range of anything between 2 units, so duplexes, all the way to 200 units. So we're already working with some institutional brokers and institutional investors, but they usually have a lot of boots on the ground when it comes to marketing, and they have departments with analysts, and so we're kind of working towards actually showing how this tool can be used for the institutional use case as well. Getting there already with some of the major groups out there in the brokerage space, but for now this would be our ideal customer.
You told me that it's your first time at a IMN conference, correct?
That's correct, yeah.
What are you getting the most excited about being here?
Probably meeting people that I've been in conversations with over the past couple of months, seeing that the multifamily space here is very vibrant, and there's a lot going on, and so what I'm personally very excited about is actually meeting with those people and being able to ask direct questions. What are the challenges that you're currently facing, day to day? And so really getting all that insight and that feedback to inspire, what we build next. That's a very valuable.
Anton, anything for our audience that you like to share with our audience that we didn't cover during this short interview?
Well, if it's people looking to have some stable income to be able to live good lives, I would say multifamily is definitely one of the best product types or asset classes to invest into, right? We've seen that in the market, especially, with everything that's been changing around with the COVID, and, multifamily is still going to be the best asset class. And now with people that are thinking of building tech companies or are thinking of having a venture like the one that we started, I would say it's very important to have a vision that how you want to change the world for the better. This could be just some simple automation that, liberates people from doing that manual work and rather spend their time on high level creative work. And in order to do that, just got to start, and don't forget to work with your customer, because otherwise you're building something for yourself, not for your customers.
Anton, how can our audience find you if they want to have a conversation about your company, about the products that you're developing?
They can go to our website, IntellCRE.com with double L, which stands for Intelligent Commercial Real Estate. So IntellCRE.com, and just book a meeting with me, or just submit any message, and I'll make sure to get back to them.
Anton, thank you for taking the time to be with us today.
No problem.